Representative-elect Mazie Hirono. She represents the 2nd District of Hawaii. Congresswoman-elect Hirono, welcome to C-SPAN.
Aloha, Peter.
What is the most exciting thing for you today?
Well, getting sworn in and to be part of this new majority, it's a very exciting time, and I'm very honored to be here.
Now, politics is not new to you. You served for a long time as Lieutenant Governor of Hawaii and ran for governor against the current governor, Linda Lingle.
Yes.
When did you first get interested in politics?
When I was in college, and that was when I was a protester of the Vietnam War, and I very much was an idealist, and I still am, because I see government as a way to make social changes and to really create opportunities and equality for people. And I've been doing it for 22 years in elected office, and I'm just really honored and privileged to be able to serve as a member of Congress on behalf of my state.
What was your first elected office?
As a member of the House of Representatives in Hawaii.
And you have a law degree from Georgetown.
Yes.
Why did you choose to go to Georgetown?
I was very interested in the wonderful clinical programs that they had in Georgetown, and it didn't hurt that it was in the nation's capital, so I got a sense of just the awesomeness of this place. And I used to walk carrying my heavy law books, walk across the Capitol grounds every single day, and I think it's wonderful that I am a member of Congress now, and you may know that I am an immigrant. I'm a first-generation immigrant, and so this is a great country to afford an opportunity for someone like me to serve.
Mazie Hirono was born in Fukushima, Japan.
That's right.
How old were you when you came to Hawaii?
I was about 8.
And
I didn't speak
why?
the language, and well, my mother brought us here. She had tremendous courage to have a new life for us, and we left an abusive father, and I don't know him at all, but I owe everything to my mother. So she was my first really strong female role model.
And Mazie Hirono, that was about 10 years after the end of World War II, was it? What do you remember about post-war Japan, and how hard was it to get into the States, or into the territory at the time?
It was a territory at the time. Well, Japan lost the war, so there was not a lot of resources there. My mother went through the war. I was born after the war. I'm not as old as you may think I am, but still the country was in a rebuilding phase. But that was not why my mother brought us to Hawaii. She really wanted to give us a chance in life in this place called America, and she chose Hawaii, and I'm grateful for it.
Now, Mazie Hirono, you're one of 2 self-identified Buddhists that are coming in with the 110th Congress. There's been a lot of talk and print about Keith Ellison being sworn in on the Quran.
Yes.
What will you be sworn in on?
I will be raising my right hand and swearing to uphold the Constitution both times. And Buddhism is a faith that is very tolerant of other religions, as I am. And I am not a daily practicing Buddhist, although I come from a Buddhist tradition and I was raised in that tradition. But it does not have a book such as a Bible or a Quran.
Did you get good office space?
I think so. I'm in the Longworth building, and we're happy.
And
ready to get started.
And have you been able to hire your staff and hook up your computers and all that good stuff?
Pretty much. So we're ready to go, but I realize the challenges ahead of us, and I'm very hopeful that this Congress is going to be able to do some really good things for the people of not just my state, but for the country.
Now, Mazie Hirono, with a 5-day work week, how often do you expect to spend 12 hours in an airplane going back and forth to Hawaii?
I won't be able to go back as often as I would like, but I will definitely do everything I can to use other means to communicate with my district. So I'll be using of course, mailings, and I hope podcasts and other ways to stay in touch. In addition, my chief of staff is physically located in Hawaii so that he can make sure that the communication with my district will be very, very strong.
Tim Curran is the editor of Roll Call newspaper, and he's here on the set, and he has a question for you.
Yeah, I'm curious about if there's one issue in particular that you intend to sort of identify yourself or make central to this first 2 years in Washington.
Well, in terms of issues, I care about a lot of things: education, prescription drug costs. In fact, a lot of the measures that we're going to deal with in the first 100 hours will definitely help my state. But overall, I want to make sure that I'm providing very strong constituent services to my district, and that I continue to stay in touch. In terms of larger issues, of course, I'm very concerned about the war in Iraq. I'm concerned about education. I'd like to see much more resources coming to our state and on preschool education and quality teaching. And I sit on the Transportation Committee. You know that Hawaii is very much dependent on shipping and airlines for our goods and to travel to and from. So this is a really important committee, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that federal resources come to Hawaii to help us with our traffic issues.
Mazie Hirono is